Dear viewers, welcome to the YouTube channel H2O Chemistry. So in our last video, we have seen the electronic configuration of elements. We have found out the electronic configuration using the formula 2n squared, which is called Bohr's-Bury screen. So we have learned that of writing electronic configuration. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the next concept called valence electrons and the term and the concept called valency. Now, the first one, it says valence electron. So we will see what is the meaning of this valence. Okay, valence means it indicates last, which indicates last. So that is what you have to understand. So valence means last. Got it? Now we will see the idea behind this. Let us go for the atom sodium. The atomic number is 11, the mass number is 23. In this, if you write the electronic configuration K, L, M, N, there are 11 electrons in this. So 2 in the K shell, 8 in the L shell, the balance 1 in the M shell, the N shell is empty. So this is what we say. So out of this 3 shells, which has a last electron? M shell has the last electron. So the valence shell is nothing but M shell for the sodium atom. So what you have understood, my dear children, the simple concept is the last shell that consists of electrons in an atom is called valence shell. So that is what the first idea you should know. So what is the valence shell, my dear children? The last cell which consists of electrons or which contains electrons in an atom is called valence shell. So now our concept is valence electrons. The number of electrons present in the last shell or valence shell is called valence electrons. Okay, this is how now you need to concentrate, because valence electron is a very, very important one, because they participate in the chemical reactions. So what do you understand? They participate in the chemical reactions. So that is the reason valence electrons are very, very important. So what is our next idea? So you know what is called valence electrons now. So again I repeat. So when you write the electronic configuration of any element, so the shell that contains last electron is called the valence shell of an atom, and the number of electron present in the valence shell is the valence electrons. So here sodium has a 1 electron in the valence shell, that is M shell. So the number of valence electrons, example, number of valence electrons in sodium atom is 1. So you might have understand why this is 1 now, right? Now what is the importance of these valence electrons? We will see one by one. What is the importance? So importance of this valence electrons. Importance of valence electrons. So what is the first one? The valence electrons decides chemical properties of an element. Chemical property of an element. That is the first one. You should be very clear. These electrons participate in chemical reaction. Now the next concept, the elements having similar valence electrons have similar chemical properties. Example, let us go for lithium. The atomic number is 3, mass number is 7, right? So the electronic configuration, if you write 2, 1, so in the K shell, L shell, you have a 1 electron. The last shell has 1 electron. So valence electron in lithium is 1. Sodium case 11, 23. Here K, L, M, if you see 2, 8, 1. So here also the last shell contains 1 electron. Here also the last shell contains 1 electron. The next one, that is we'll go for potassium 19, 39. K, L, M, N. 2, 8, 8, 1. So 2, 8, 10, 10 plus 8, 18, 18 plus 1. So this is also 1 electron, right? So what you have understood here, my dear children, so these elements having similar number of valence electrons, so they behave similarly in chemical reactions. So that is what you should know. When these are the metals, lithium, sodium and potassium, these are the metals. So the last shell, if it has 8 electrons, it is more stable, right? But the lithium has only 1 electron, even sodium has 1 electron, potassium has 1 electron. Now in order to become 8, it needs to gain 7 electrons. All these elements needs to gain 7 electrons. But we can attain this can be done by simple logic, that is losing this 1 electron. So just look at this. When this 1 electron is lost from the last shell, it has a K shell alone. So this is a helium configuration. When this electron is lost, it has a 8 electron. It is more stable configuration. When this electron is lost, again it is a more stable electronic configuration. So what we need to do is, these elements, they lose 1 electron in chemical reaction to attain stable configuration, right? So the valence electrons are very important in deciding the chemical properties, right? The elements having dissimilar valence electrons have different chemical properties. Understand? So this is the other idea. Let us go for the example, my dear children. Let us go for the case of sodium, that is KLM 2, 8, 1. The 12th one, magnesium, we will go 24, it is KLM, right? So 2, 8, 2. So here the last shell is 1, here the last shell contains 2. So their valence electron is different, so they behave differently in chemical reactions. In fact, when you look at the molecular formula of sodium chloride, when they react with the chlorine, the sodium when react with the chlorine, it forms sodium chloride. Similarly, when the magnesium reacts with the chlorine, it forms magnesium chloride. But when you look at the formula, this is NaCl, whereas this is MgCl2. So what do you understand? Here it combines with two chlorine atoms, whereas here is only one. Check out this. It consists of only one electron, so it combines with only one chlorine, whereas it consists of two electrons, so it combines with two chlorines. So there is a relation between the chemical property and the valence electrons. Chemical property and the valence electrons. Now, let us go to the one more important aspect of this. The valence electrons are very important in deciding valency too. So the valence electrons decides the valency of the element. Valency of the elements. Got it? Now, so let us see this concept. Valence electron decides the valency of an element. The first one we will see, again the same case, sodium, K shell, L shell, M shell, 2, 8, 1. Let us go for the chlorine. Chlorine is 17. The mass number is 35.5. KLM 2, 8, 7. 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 7, 17. So now this is an idea. Now look at this last shell. Look at this last shell. Right? Now, in order to make this last shell 8, it gains 7 electrons. It needs 7 electrons, whereas chlorine needs 1 electron, right? So gaining 7 electron is difficult process. It's very difficult, right? Whereas gaining 1 electron is easy process. So this process is easy, so it is carried out, whereas this process is difficult. So gaining electron in sodium is very difficult. So which is easy process? Losing 1 electron in chemical reaction is easy. So this is easy process. This is easy process, right? Losing 7 electron is difficult. In chlorine case, losing 7 electron is difficult. So this process will not happen. This process also will not happen. Only the sodium will lose electron. So the valency of sodium is 1. Understand? Right? Whereas the chlorine needs 1 electron to become the shell 8. So chlorine requires 1 electron to fulfill the shell, so that chlorine also gains stable electronic configuration. So the valency of chlorine also 1, because it requires 1 electron to fulfill the last shell. Understand? So after losing this, the sodium also has 8 electrons in the last shell. So after losing, you just compare this. Just after losing this, you could see sodium have K2 L8. So L has 8 electrons, so it will become more stable now, right? So the valency part you can easily find out. Valence electron decides the valency of the elements. But it's how to easily find out the valency. It's a very simple idea, my dear children. So there is a huge relation between the valency and group number of the periodic table. Periodic table. So this is what you have to know. The valency and the group number of the periodic table has a huge relationship. Okay, so let us see in another separate video what is called valency and what is the relationship between this group number of the periodic table. Got it. Thank you for watching this. If you have any doubts, you can write in the comment section, and subscribe, click the bell button to get the notification instantly. Like this video, share it to your friends. Thank you.